Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Heart of Christ Ministry. I'm your host, Reverend Sean Robert Grant. Happy Thursday. If it's Thursday where you are, whatever day it is, happy day to you from there. Very excited and grateful to be here for another compelling message from Heart of Christ. And we're moving into that money cash flow area today, and I'm very excited about it. So yes, hope all is fantastic. Got a great message for you today. I am going to take this right off the cuff instead of bullet pointing it, because I often feel like I started doing heart speak because I felt like what transpires sometimes is if you don't plan it, it allows for a greater channel for content to come through. And it's always good to do that because it just kind of allows your creativity to flow. So I'm excited about that today. There's no bullet points. I'm just going to go with it, right? First things first. Any prayer requests, any questions, anything Heart of Christ can be of help to for you, please write to us, SeanG04@gmail.com. That's me. Yep, because I am Heart of Christ Ministry. So whatever you need, if I can be of service to you, if I can help you, shoot me an email. We'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm happy to, excited to do the thing. Do the dang thing, all right? And if you find this ministry has inspired you, helped you in any kind of way, and you're looking to give that energy back, please do so. Sow a seed, donate, Venmo, Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, SeanG04@gmail.com. And once again, because we're such givers around here, we want to sweeten the deal for you, okay? If you do give of any size gift, no matter what it is, we'll get you the Endless Prosperity Pack. And you know what the Endless Prosperity Pack is? It's a series of my most in-depth, powerful videos on money consciousness, all the great things that can take you from financial ruin to financial freedom. I promise you, if you work with them, that is definitely what's going to happen. So you sow that seed and that pack is yours. All right. So let's rock into today's message. Wow, I'm so excited doing the money thing again. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's my passion. I tell you, I need some water. Okay. Heart of Christ Ministry 2021. Let love lead the way to abundance and money. Okay. And so before all these thoughts come rushing to my head, the first thing I want to get through, the first thing I want to convey to you is that love is truly the key to prospering, right? And what I mean by that is everything you have a desire for has been placed in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit because of love, right? There's a love for it. There is a not an urgency, but a compelling feeling that wants to move you towards that thing. We'll give you a quick story here. I struggle with being able to make the idea of money my purpose. Why? Because of what I've been taught. But guess what? The love coupled with the desire coming together for that would not let me keep that down. It kept on coming back. I'm like, I'm going to try something else because maybe money is just not acceptable. And it just kept coming back. And I'm like, okay, what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about money, not in the sense of being greedy, but passionate about making as much as I possibly can to do as much good for myself and everybody else. That is why I love the concept of it, right? Because if I can put more money into your pockets and your accounts and your investments, that makes me happy. Joy comes from that. That is my compassion and kindness towards humanity. So because there's such a strong love for this, the content that I can create is absolutely unlimited, right? You begin to see when things begin to flow in such a capacity that it's truly abundant, you know in your heart, it's because you've allowed yourself to tap in to the truth of what wants to emerge from you, right? And the beauty of that is when you follow love, right? And this is all kinds of love. I can tell you, I'm a richer man because I'm in such a loving relationship. I'm a richer man because I practice self-love. I'm a richer man because I only do stuff that I love as opposed to stuff that I hate. I am a richer man because of love, period. Right? And the same is just not work for me, don't work for anybody else. It works for everybody. Right? So I was thinking about I got asked about advice to give to graduates of 2021. And the best advice that I could honestly give to anybody graduating and anybody who isn't graduating is to love yourself first, right? Love yourself first, follow what you love, embrace who you love, and your life will come together because that's how life sets it up. Life thrives on love because life is love, right? And love leads to abundance. Love leads to money, okay? So let's kind of get into why this is the case, right? So the energy of love is by far one of the most freeing, flow-filled, determined, but not determined in a way that it's gonna push and push and push and push. It's set up in such a way that this love is so powerful in a sense that it sees what it desires. It sees what it needs, and it sees it from a deeper perspective. Okay, it sees it from a deeper perspective, and in understanding that, it knows exactly what has to happen in order for its goals to be accomplished, in order for its goals to be realized. All right. So another fantastic thing about the concept of love as it relates to abundance is love never dies. Okay. My love for prosperity, all things prosperity, and helping people with the concept of prosperity, my love for that never died. Right. Even, and I'm so glad that I was able to go through this because this really empowers me to tell you right now. It's amazing because when you truly love something, and that love is or authentic, I'm about to say organic, but authentic to the heart, and there's just an undeniable presence of it, there's nothing you can do that would stop it from emerging to the forefront of your life. There's absolutely nothing you can do, right? And so what's so dynamic in this regard is once again, I have to live from my own experience so you can really understand, right? How strong love can be in creating abundance and money, but not just that, but happiness, harmony, joy, compassion, right? It's almost like destiny, right? God places something on the inside of you, and it's meant to be for you. It's meant for you to fulfill this. And no matter how many times you deny it, no matter how many times you say, well, I think I'm going to do something else, that love always comes back, right? Speaking of graduates, this is really what we have to teach younger generation, older generation, everybody actually, but it's good, especially because when I can remember when I was coming out of high school, I'll be completely honest with you, I didn't even have a college that I was going to when I graduated May something 1999. I didn't even have a college I was going to. I had just applied to a bunch of state schools, and I was just going to figure it out right there. And my guidance counselor just tore into me for that, right? But there was a deeper piece, in a sense, even at 17, that just helped me understand, you know what? I'm going to take it as it comes, one day at a time, right? Because here's the problem. Too much anxiety for too young of individuals is placed on young people graduating and wanting to, there's just so much pressure there, right? And if you look at some of the studies, suicide, drug usage, all these impediments are prevalent because there's so much pressure on students now graduating from high school, graduating from college. Why? Because they're trying to live up to these standards that are just like, they're just not valid, right? And they're not rooted in love. The best thing you could do for your kids, the best thing you can do for your friends, the best thing we can do for each other is this right here. Find out what you love, okay? Find out what you love. Find out what resonates in a deep state of love within you that has a desire with it, and follow that. Follow that, because here's what I know to be true. Every single time I've done that, and I've done it relentlessly, it's always worked out way better than I can ever imagine. It's always worked out. That's the best advice we can give people, right? Don't go for the job that pays the most. Don't go for the job that makes you look like, you have the highest status. Go for what your heart calls you to. And from there, you will find all the abundance in the world. You'll have more money than you can use. You'll have complete joy. You'll have confidence because it's something that you've been programmed. It's something that God says, here you go. I put it inside of you. Go do your thing, right? That's why it's so important to follow what you love, right? And it's something that, to me, we sort of missed the mark, right? We missed the mark because we're so geared to want to control things and make sure everything is working out perfectly. Well, guess what? God takes care of that, right? Has there been a day in your life where you felt like you hadn't been taken care of? Probably not, right? Because God, life, spirit takes care of everything as far as the basics go, right? But what it wants to have happen is it wants you to follow what you love, no matter what anybody else says, right? When I've been on this money journey, I can hear all these voices in my head saying, oh, well, the love of money is kind of suspect, right? And then all of a sudden, a Reverend Ike video will pop up confirming why I need to be doing it, or something I wrote a long time ago will come about telling me why I need to do it, just reaffirming that love. Like that love is coming from every single direction, right? And the beauty of it is whenever I follow it, I get blessed, right? I follow it and I get blessed. It never fails. And it's so funny because I had to stop thinking that it was going to come in a certain way and just embrace the way that the universe wants to bring it. But every single time I let love lead the way, I've been blessed beyond measure, more than I could have ever imagined, ever. Right? So my question to you is, what do you love? Right? Because whatever you love, that's where you're going to find your treasure, right? Your treasure in the sense of gold and your treasure in the sense of happiness. We all have something. And like, if you got kids, if you got siblings that are struggling, have them go back to their childhood, right? For me, that was one of the biggest things, is going back to my childhood and saying, okay, what did I really love doing? One. What did I hate? And, I was giving a speech late last year. I was doing a talk, and I talked about how, actually it was early last year, now that I remember. When you turn hatred around, it's actually a passion filled with love and desire, right? And so I can tell you, when I was growing up, what I loved to do more than anything is perform. What I love to do is just be in front of a crowd. What I love to do is just, perform. What I hated, and this is so compelling. What I hated more than anything else was poverty. I hated being broke. I hated watching other people be broke. I hated watching people go and try to get things that they needed and they didn't have enough money. That burned me up inside. It just lit a fire under me. And what happened is I kind of put it off, but then it kept coming back. The most amazing thing is money was always a theme in my life, right? As it relates to poverty, abundance, prosperity, I experienced every single aspect of it. Debt, borrowing, like feeling unworthy, all these things, I've experienced it. And yet that love to prosper, that love to help other people to prosper, even as I prosper, has always been there. It's been a passion. And it's still like just vibrant. I'm burning at this moment. And I'm telling you, I shot 53 videos for Heart of Christ Ministry last year. I want to say about 47 of those videos are on the concept of either prosperity, abundance, money consciousness, God consciousness, prospering, right? I stopped for a bit and I looked back and I was like, holy Christmas. There is no way that I would have been able to produce that type of content if there wasn't a deep sense of love. There's my coffee maker. There's no way that I would have been able to produce that, right? But because I followed the love, the abundance and the money followed. Right. And there's something important that I want you to know, because I want to share this with you, because it's all about being upfront. And Spirit is urging me to share this with you. Right. There are times when I will do videos and get no interaction. Right. I'm just gonna be honest with you. No interaction, no comments, no likes, no seed sown. And there's times where that happens, right? But my heart is still in it. It's still in it. And guess what? I still wind up being blessed at the end of the day because of what? Because I followed my heart, right? There have been times I've written books, done coaching, and just wouldn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, in the most unorthodox, divinely designed way, a blessing pops up to make up for all the stuff that didn't unfold. And I feel like that's the divine telling me to keep going. Follow the love trail. The love trail leads to the money trail, right? It never ceases. That's the key right there, right? Once again, I keep hearing about bringing kids in. If you have kids, cultivate their gifts. You know what? If you got a kid that plays video games all day long, you know what you might have to do is say, okay, what's so interesting about this that you love so much, right? See how they can make it into something that they can provide a life for themselves. That's another thing that's been missed, right? We just kind of like dismiss something that a kid is drawn to as, oh, it's just a distraction. It's not going to lead to anything, right? But what if there's an entire purpose waiting to be unveiled, waiting to be unfolded in this young man or young woman's life? That's something that we have to take into account, right? Pay attention, like do your kids a service now. Take note of all the things that they love, because there's going to come a time where they're like, unless they're just like Michael Jordan or somebody, and even he had to wait till like high school to figure out he wanted to play basketball, reading his book, so I know. But unless they're like a Tiger Woods or something where they just know they want to be the golf god at like age 5, there's going to come a time where they'll be like, Mom, Dad, I don't know what I want to do. It's like, well, okay, let's see what you used to like as a kid. Let's see what you used to love as a kid. And that's going to be a direct correlation, because the beautiful thing about the universe is that it sets up everything in a way that you can backtrack and say, okay, I see why I did this. That's how I went and was able to, the whole time I'm thinking, oh, I'm supposed to be this, I'm supposed to be this. And then I really look at my life, and it was about unifying with the concept of money, not physical money, but true money. Money is a love current. and prospering myself, but also helping other people prosper in the process without killing themselves. Right? And it all came through when I look back at my life. And that was the most amazing, just wonderful experience to have. And how did it come through? It came through me letting love lead the way. And so the last thing I'm going to give you here is love has an energy that magnetizes all things good to us, right? Because it's not controlling. It's not overwhelming, right? It just is, right? And that isness, as Muji would say, that isness draws all good things to it in an effortless way, right? There's no pressing, forcing, hard work involved. The love energy itself magnetizes the joy, magnetizes the blessings, magnetizes the money. That's why when you find what you love, follow it, and it will produce abundance, money, prosperity, as they say in the church. It will produce all of it. I promise you that. Trust me. I just went silent because I'm like, that's just kind of, there it is. Like you follow the truth and you find exactly what you need, right? It's quite amazing. Quite amazing. All right. That wraps up today's message. That was a nice riff. I'm excited to watch this one when we come back around for the edits and stuff. But, okay. There we go. Now, once again, if you have any questions, if you have anything, any prayer requests, anything that we can help you with here at Heart of Christ Ministry, I'd be more than happy to help you. Just write to us at SeanG04gmail.com. We'll get to it as soon as we possibly can, happily, gratefully, acceptingly. And then if you enjoyed today's show, if you enjoyed past shows, feel free to sow a seed, donate, Venmo, Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, SeanG04gmail.com. Pause it if you need to get it down. And guess what? If you do decide to give to Heart of Christ Ministry today, you're going to get the Endless Prosperity Pack, which is a series of videos based around money. Take you from the lowest point as it relates to money to the highest point. The Endless Prosperity Pack, one of my favorites, no doubt about it. It's yours with a seed sown. And that, as they say, is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for your time. Remember, follow the love, encourage other people to follow the love. Remember, it really just sort of gets back to you doing whatever you need to do in order to be your best. And when you can do that, I'm telling you, following the love creates room for everything else. And it has absolutely nothing to do with anybody other than you. Okay. So follow that love. Let me know how it goes. We will talk soon, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. Take care. See you soon.
Every dream begins with a vision that sees everything before anyone else ever can. A vision that ignites the endless power to make all your dreams come true.